Hey guys, it's me again, the creator of I Am Legion for Dying Light. I'm here with version 1.1 to discuss a couple of the updates that have been made and to kind of recap over all the progress that's been made since 1.0. For all my fans that have been giving awesome feedback, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. Thank you for all the hours and time that you guys have put into giving me support and feedback on things I can do to improve the mod and help stabilize the gameplay. Big shout out to PC Gamer for their support and getting my mod out there. I've been an avid fan since I was a little kid, and so it was a real honor seeing my work on their website. I really appreciate it, guys. All right, so some of the updates that have happened since the last version. We had a big update come out for Dying Light recently, and with that, I noticed that my mod was causing a few issues with the AI, with human AI, with the way that they were fighting and engaging. And so I went ahead and redid the AI almost completely from where I had them before. And so when you download this mod, you may see a big change in your AI, and don't worry, that's normal. So just a recap on what the aim or what the goal was for the enemy AI. Before in the original game, you would approach the AI, and if you had a better weapon, they would raise their hands and surrender almost. Only they can't surrender, so they would hold up their hands to the point that you got close, and then they would attack unless you hit them first, to which again they would attack. I didn't see how this was a very viable feature in this mod, seeing how this mod is geared to the zombies are so intense. If you have an enemy throw up their hands, especially if they're a post-apocalyptic survivor, bandit, or one of Rise's men, one of the few that survive that are, badasses on the streets, I didn't really see that they needed to be throwing up their hands, or even worse, the escape code where they would turn around and run off, and they wouldn't do so in a very intelligent way. They would just kind of run into crowds of zombies and die. And so I thought that this was a little bit far-fetched for the mod, and so I went ahead and removed that feature from the human AI. So when you see the humans, they should engage you almost instantly. You'll hear curses and whatnot. They'll start searching for you, and if they have a rifle, they should start blasting away trying to kill you. Um, for the machete carriers, those are guys are going to jump right into the fray and try to take out as many zombies as they can to get to you, or take you out before you get too close or kill them. Without making them unrealistic, without making them to where they could take 12 bullets, it's kind of hard to balance enemy AI, human AI, to make them a viable threat and keep them realistic to where one shot in the head should do it. Most of the guys on the ground don't have body armor, so to balance this, I redid the spawns a little bit to where you now will have Raz's men come out with body armor on. At least they should. And if they have body armor on, they are a little bit more difficult to kill unless you get a headshot. I found in this game it's not always as easy to get a headshot if you're moving and they're moving, especially now with the difficulty and the spawns turned up. You can't really stop very long to take the shots, and so it should be more difficult as far as the human AI. I'm going to go ahead and demo the human AI and show you guys some of the new features. I'm going to go ahead and silent the commentary for now so you guys can see the gameplay action, and then we'll move into the next subject once I get back. As you can see, even with the firecrackers out, you really have to watch your back. That area is the beginning levels, so I have no level up or anything on my skills, so I'm not able to take damage as much. As you keep playing the game, you'll start to become better equipped for the environment to where you're able to survive more hits, and it'll make it easier. But right here at the beginning, one of the best places to first go is this mission to secure this building because they have a lot of high-tech weaponry. And so if you can manage to get in there and take out everyone, um, holes, so that way we can kind of observe without me dying again. As you can see, one guy is already down, and once they kill off the guys in the base, it secures the zone. So we'll go ahead and grab the weapons and get further into the game here. I'm going to try to cover the first mission so you guys can see the updates versus the old one that I did, showing you guys version 1.0. This is the only area that I've discovered that that is set up like this, where that I know of. I may be wrong, but that is set up to where once you kill everyone, just the human AI, it secures the area. Almost all the other areas are set up to where you have to kill all the zombies inside the zone as well. So just be aware that that this is not a feature that's part of the mod. That it's only part of the actual mission. So we have two rifles now. Well, we've always had them, but we have the military rifle and we have the police rifle. For those of you that are familiar with my mod, you'll know that the police rifle is geared towards single-shot accuracy rifle, while the military rifle is your run and gun, multiple round rifle for trying to clear as many as you can. So we'll go ahead and switch to this. Now I'll go ahead and show you guys as I'm running. Now you don't have to aim and to try to kill with this, but as you're running, pray and spray, clear out the bridge, keep moving. As always, I would recommend as you're going and you're trying to clear and evade, don't forget about the explosive barrels on the ground. As you run by them, try to hit them with your weapons. And as they keep coming, because they will come from a larger range now, you might get lucky and actually manage to kill a couple as they go running by. I reduced the levels of the sell price. If you go over here, you can see the weapons are very expensive, but on the other side, the sell value is not very high. So the reason I did this is so when you go into a base like I just did and you get 3 rifles, you can't just run back to the base and sell them all and get a ton of money and beat half the game with that much money. And so go ahead and start heading towards the first objective. Other updates, just kind of recap some of the more important updates that have come out. I've heard what everybody wanted with the goons, so I've dialed back the goon attacks a lot, made them to where they do not directly charge up like they did before. They still climb, and there's still a problem, but no way are they nearly as glitchy as they were before. I did away with the feature where you could make them explode and whatnot, and so they should not continue to lose their weapon. This is a continued glitch as well. Anybody that's seen my videos before knows that the area with the GRE is not secure. Some of them, it will create a safe zone temporarily, but with that one, it definitely does not. if you're gonna try to attempt to do the GRE call, it's best if you don't care about the points, just go ahead and get it over with. It will not reset your progress to where you have to do it twice. It will simply make it to where you just die and then you continue on from there. So we'll go ahead and unlock a couple of these features and get going. Wait. Before we get going, especially for this mission, before we get going on this mission, the biggest thing you're going to need is definitely Molotovs and firecrackers. Now, I used my last firecracker there a second ago, and so what we're going to try to do is I'm going to try to get in some of these buildings and see if I can find some loot. With this, you will, for people just joining us, you will see the loot system as it is now. You will not find nearly as much clutter that is useless, such as metal parts on the zombies and whatnot. I've tried to redo this to where you have more useful items inside chests, and zombies drop cell phones, money, etc., etc., without most of the unnecessary metal scrap that they had on them before. I'm not really sure. Okay. Alright, now we gotta move. Doesn't look like it pissed them off too much. Plastic. Household items, especially like your kitchenwares, you're gonna find a majority of those in the pharmacies. Anywhere where there's a refrigerator, take a look for things like sugar and a lot of the household items or the household supplies. But I did away with a lot of the unrealistic ones. For example, nails being inside wardrobes and that kind of thing. They're mostly found in toolboxes now and places where you would actually normally find nails. Let's see. Some considerations for an upcoming update is I've considered making one of the traders solely for loose parts and special items, things you may need. Okay. So we gotta move again. Alright, and there's that concrete sound. Got one nearby. Come on, string. Trash cans now hold a lot more useful items. Now they're not comprised of basic metal scrap and everything. I added a couple of items to that list, such as string and a few other things, such as tin cans. So that way you can now actually search those to find useful items. While we're searching around, go ahead and for the people that have never played this mod before, this mod is designed for every weapon to be completely rebalanced on a new system. This includes not only the player's weapons, but also the enemy AI. So the damages that the AI are able to do, such as Roz's men versus zombies, have now been made to where they can actually take out quite a few zombies before they become overrun. Now, the programmers did not add in any code for them to evade zombies. So if you have a bunch of Roz's men on the ground, they can only try to punch through. So in order to try to fix that the best I could, I made it to where they can climb. Rather than standing on the ground and shooting up at you, they're now going to try to climb up to you, and this will make them at least be able to get off the ground and become a better threat up high. Alright, let's see if we can find some household goods here. Alright, we got a big guy. Always check your exits. If you get one of these guys in the doorway, you can't really get out until you kill him, so I need to get going here. I think he's coming around. As you can hear, they still run, they still climb, but that random berserk nonsense that they were doing before has been fixed. So you have a more realistic adversary there. Motherload on string. And as you can see, I'm using the blade, and so you can see how many are actually coming after me right now. I'm able to get all of this done without any ridiculous amounts of zombies crawling in the windows right now. I'm even able to sit here and create a few things without having to worry. And so for anybody that's worried that the difficulty is too high, just know that it's not set to where it's going to be completely unrealistic. I tried to keep it to where you're still able to do the gameplay that you want to do without having to worry about constantly running from the enemy. Okay, alright, let's get going. Those soda shops are another good source. I was going to try to get in there and get some of the supplies from there. They also have a lot of household items. Alright, let's get going. Flashlight is the biggest thing they're going to see, so just remember when you're running around the city, if you start pissing more and more off, they will start yelling for more and more of their buddies as you go, so it's recommended that you try to turn off your light to try to disappear a little bit. Cut down on the numbers that spot you or hear you. This one seems pretty resilient. Let's go ahead and take him out. Oh, I think I spotted one. Yep. Alright. So the current glitch that we have right now that I know about, that I'm aware of, that I'm trying to work towards, is this right here. I get a random zombie that spawns, and I think this is due to my spawn rates. I'm not able to find the source just yet. It should not affect your gameplay in any way. Your immersion level will be, slightly altered, seeing a guy just standing there. However, this happens. It's so rare of an occasion that it should not affect your ability to play this game in any way or form. And I will be releasing an update soon, hopefully, with the answer to why that's like that. Okay. So the slums are just as bad as they were in the original game. They're one of the biggest areas that you want to stay out of. If we get the developer tools released to where I can modify the maps, one of the ideas that I had for this mod specifically is to have areas that are designated on your map as essentially no-fly zones that are so overrun that it's suicide going inside them. A lot of that comes from a lot of my favorite zombie books that I've read about, certain areas being completely overrun. Cities, even just the basic shows like Walking Dead, they make it pretty clear that you don't want to jump into an infested city. So recommendations for clearing areas for our new players. If you feel a little bit overwhelmed, make sure to get a firecracker out. Oh, good position. Firecracker, watch your back. Not all of them go after it. Molotov. Perfect combination. Help thin out the crowd here a little bit. Because as you can see, the slums are the worst place you can go. Let's see if I can get up here quick. Okay, first leg of the mission is over. Even time to get some duct tape. Okay. And the biggest thing, as I've been developing this mod, it's amazing how familiar you get with the cities and how much you begin to learn the routes, kind of like you would if you were an actual runner in this game. They have platforms set up and everything so that you can kind of stick to areas that are easier to run on. And come on, come on, come on. There we go. There's some points. Alright, so we're going to have some of Raz's men up here. Remember, the zone is not secure. Get the ammo. Grab a rifle. And get out. Is what I was leading up to there. Alright, so let's try again. For anybody curious about the way I built the weapon system, so I try to keep this as realistic as possible. So for weapons such as your wooden handle weapons, you get in a few mild to medium strikes depending on the size of the item. For things like table chair legs and that kind of thing, you're going to get in some pretty good hits with that thing. I'd hate to get hit by something as gnarly as that. But it's not, the condition is going to be pretty weak, so you're going to get in a couple hits and then the weapon's going to break. I've made it to where the weapons are made to where they're going to break, but on the other side of that, now I redid the scrap that you get from the weapons. So along with that, if you get a bunch of weapons that you can't use, for example, a lot of the metal pipes from the beginning, the best thing you can do is scrap them and use them to upgrade better weapons later on. Now that the metal scrap is not such a big feature, you can't find it on every zombie you encounter, that may be your solution to your metal scrap problem. Alright, come on. Alright, when you get up there, I suggest taking the mountain paths, but just remember that they can climb now, so these aren't exactly safe. But when you get to the actual drop zone, the area has I think three zombies in it that you have to kill before you can open the crate. And so the best thing you can do is try to throw out a firecracker to get the other zombies out of the way, or if you've got the weapons, sit here and try to snipe them. You can also, if you have a lot of pursuers and you have the grapple option, go ahead and throw them off this cliff and slowly start making your way down here. I'm going to go ahead and do this without shooting, because as you know, it brings more down. Okay, so let's see if I can get down here without dying. Well, it looks pretty clear. Alright. Alright, we're going to go ahead and skip this video, and then I'm going to show you night. So a lot of people have said they don't understand the difference between day and night. So the big difference between day and night, especially for new runners, is that it's virtually impossible. Don't bother with night if you can help it. But the biggest thing is that when you are seen, when you're targeted like that, it doesn't just create a vision around you that someone spotted you. It actually reprograms the map to where everyone within a certain distance starts heading your way. And so instead of like daylight where they just all of a sudden see you, it's actually meant to where everyone on the map is actually going to start heading in your direction. And oh, come on. I think I'm heading the wrong way, actually. Oh, come on. Biggest thing is your fatigue. If you can't run, then you're not going anywhere. But again, the biggest thing is that you have a 100-meter radius around you, and when you alert them to your presence, um, it's an automatic everyone come running towards you. Rather than they just spotted you or they heard you. Like in daylight, they're going to hear you, and then a select few are going to come after you based on what they heard. While at night, you piss them off, and they now all start heading towards you because you've been spotted, rather than you've been smelled or heard by a few. So there we go. So the red is on. So now the most intense settings have been turned on. So everyone and their sister is going to be getting in my way. I also enhanced the amount of volatiles because I know it wasn't hard enough. So you now have a much greater number of volatiles on the map. And so as you can see, every which way you turn, you've got another one coming out of the woodwork. Just like that. And again, based on original gameplay, this is within keeping of the original gameplay premise. If you listen to them talk about night and going outside, suicide is pretty much. Oh, come on, no, 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 no. Suicide is how they talk about anything that has to do with going outside. So things like going to the bridge, virtually impossible unless you have someone with you to help you distract the zombies and take out the bridge. But you no longer are able to just run around at night and take out as many people. And I felt this justifies the double XP because you're not going to want to be out at night. Well, this should wrap it up for anyone that's tuned in to hear the new updates. I apologize for the long length. I felt like a lot needed to be covered. Thank you again for everyone that's been supportive. Again, any feedback whatsoever that you guys have for the mod, I always appreciate your input and your comments. Please tune in for any new updates, and I look forward to hearing from all you as I continue to come up with some new fun ideas for everybody. Happy gaming.